What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our goalie career. Today we got a matchup on the road against the St. Louis Blues. It should be another fun matchup for you guys. We're coming off a video where we finally received our first win as a member of the Philadelphia Flyers. It was a really tough matchup. The Ottawa Senators poured it on us from start to finish, but we were able to stand tall. The boys in front of us had a fantastic game. And thanks to a game-winning goal by Joel Farabee on a delayed penalty call, it was a brilliant play from start to finish. We actually were able to witness that one from the bench. We actually got there for an extra attacker, and it was an excellent play. We held on for the rest of the period and picked up the first 2 points of this season. So a lot of really good individual efforts that game. We mentioned Joel Farabee with the game-winning goal. Michkov picking up his first goal of the season. He has now carried that into a 2-game goal streak. We'll see if he can extend that here against the Blues, as well as our blue line, the young guys, Sanheim and Drysdale, having excellent games, and I mean absolutely incredible, both offensively, setting up a couple of those goals, but playing big in the neutral zone, as well as very responsible, making some quick passes and some sharp plays inside their own blue line. So it was a really solid game all around. For us now, it's a chance to get back in the net and try and put together our first 2-game win streak of the season. Should be a tough test, though. You know, St. Louis is no slouch. They've got some excellent players up front. You got Rob Thomas, Jordan Kyrou. You got a big blue line, as well as a goaltender in Jordan Binnington, who is currently the hottest goaltender in the league. He currently has a .955 save percentage through 3 games. They've only won 1, so goal scoring has been an issue, but it should be a tough matchup nonetheless, as the national anthem finishes up here at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis. It's the Blues taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. Both teams rocking their beautiful alternate threads, and puck drop between Morgan Frost and Rob Thomas next. Rob Thomas winning that one back cleanly to his defenseman Parayko. We are all set here for another fun matchup. Sanheim working against 2 Blues players, spins around, and now the red-hot Matvei Michkov takes off. Konechny across the ice to Frost, sends it for Drysdale. Some good puck movement, waiting for an outlet shot. Konechny tries to send it across, but it's Brandon Saad picking that off of a nice poke check by Buchnevich. Buchnevich, he's hit along the boards, or in front of the boards, rather. Drysdale now working it forward. Konechny with a head of steam, tries to get it across to Frost. It's poked into the corner now. Pinned along the boards as Brandon Saad comes back to help out Krug. Thomas forward, waiting for his team to catch up. A sharp shot on the ice. We steer that one into the corner. We have our first save of the game. Sanheim now working behind the net against Buchnevich. He is shoved to the ice, gets back up, makes a hit of his own, and now he sends the pass forward. A great effort there. It's not always going to just be easy to get the puck out. You're going to have to work for it, and he works hard as Alexander Texier brings the puck in. Gives it to a Torrey Krug on changing, and some nice blocks in front. Not a lot of puck finding its way towards the front of the net. Now Sam Steele back in front, waits, and a good opportunity. 2 looks and some good opportunities. It's going to be tough to beat Binnington if he's sporting the kind of record that he has so far in the early going of the season. But Sam Steele has been one of those guys that has kind of impressed me. You know, when joining Philadelphia, I was kind of under the assumption that Sean Couturier would be the second-line center, but the Flyers picking up Sam Steele in the offseason, and he's fit in nicely alongside Owen Tippett and Joel Farabee. That line has been pretty successful so far. Look to see. He's kind of reminds me of Morgan Frost. He's not the biggest centerman, but he's winning a lot of faceoffs. He's getting into the dirty spots to feed those other guys, and he gets a shot into the glove of Jordan Binnington. Talk briefly about Jordan Binnington at the top of the episode. He has been unbelievable. I think with Jordan Binnington in the real world, if he is on his A game, I truly believe that he is one of the best goaltenders in the league. The only problem with him is it's hard to cheer for him because, one, he's so inconsistent. He could be absolutely lights out for 3 games and then forget how to make a save for the next 3. On top of that, he has such a bad ego. Anytime things don't go his way, he acts like a little child and he makes stupid decisions that gets him into trouble. So obviously, with the 4 Nations tournament coming up and being a fellow Canadian, him selected as our starting goaltender, you really do hope that he has his A game for that tournament. But outside of that, just focus on playing goaltending. Stop being a little disturber in front of the net, whacking people with your stick, challenging people. You're not that guy, bud. So far in this game, a 955 save percentage. He's been absolutely incredible, and he's made some sharp saves here for the Blues in this first opening period. Couturier losing that face-off. A good effort by Bobby Brink to try and come in and support his centerman, but it's Torrey Krug working it through now. Sends it forward for Buchnevich. Buchnevich ahead to Saad. A sharp side shot. And some tough moments here as the defenseman will clear it ahead to Tatar. Now Bobby Brink sends it for Couturier. Couturier, great start to the season. Couple goals. Brandon Saad will spin away from the on-checking forward court. Thomas ahead of Krug. Torrey Krug waits, shoots it. We'll track that one and we'll hold on as Buchnevich is right on our doorstep. So as we mentioned, both teams rocking their alternate threads. That's one good thing about this NHL game, is they do allow you to have quite a few options of jerseys to wear. So I'm going to try and sprinkle in some other kits when we can. I think both of these jersey sets are absolutely beautiful, starting with the blues. I think the baby blue and the yellow just works so well together. I actually wish they would make it their primary jersey. Sanheim working hard here. Nice opportunity. You know, there's so many dark blue colors around the league that I really wish if a team had such good alternate color that they would actually use it, because it would add some variety. Now in front, and that is Michkov extending his goal streak to 3 games now. Jordan Binnington fighting off the shot that got blocked. Stuck in a desperation mode right here. He can't get back up. And what a play to find Michkov, who just waits, gets this puck settled down, and he'll score his 3rd goal in as many games as Binnington is nowhere to be found. Pops the bottle for good measure. And the red-hot Matvei Michkov extends his goal streak. And what a difference between the first few games. This guy looks like a whole new player. He is finding himself in those dirty spots. He had a player all over him there. The puck bobbled to him. He settled it down and just risks it past the hit. And that's a start you need from not only the young kid, but the Philadelphia Flyers in general. Beating Binnington, who is hard to beat this year, and gaining a 1-0 lead. You love to see that. Morgan Frost trying to extend it this time. Binnington tracking that one down. Unbelievable shot, unbelievable play. You love to see it. He'll join Joel Farabee alone at the top with 4 points. It's pretty remarkable what a couple games of having some goals does to your confidence. He's a whole new player. Some good puck movement here again. York down low to Konechny, who tries to spin away from Falk, who pins him along the boards. He does get there first. Michkov make it 4 goals. Unbelievable. I mean, that is all Travis Konechny. All Travis Konechny, who not only fights off 2 Blues players, but makes an unbelievable pass behind the net. You know the computer loves to do that. And Michkov in a glorious position, waits for the puck to get to him. Binnington trying to poke it away, and he buries his 2nd goal of the game from in tight. And that's what you want him to do. 4 goals on the season from the kid. And this top line is exciting to watch. Unbelievable play by the veteran Travis Konechny, and Michkov with the goal. Let's go, baby. 2-0. This team is so exciting to watch. Hell yeah. Man, we haven't even talked about the Philly jersey. There's been too much action here. Michkov on hat-trick watch. He might get it here, but Konechny walks in. And a big save to stop the bleeding from Jordan Binnington, as St. Louis looks completely flat-footed in this first period. They really do. All right, before we have more action, we'll talk about the Philly uniform. Again, I've talked about all season how I'm not a massive fan of the Philadelphia kit. However, I gotta say this jersey looks very sharp. It is a bold statement having the black numbers on the black uniform. However, when you outline it in the white, it looks very, very solid. You know, I think I can only think of one other team that does that. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs alternate jersey, the Bieber jersey. I hate that it's called the Bieber jersey, but it is. That one looks really good. It does look rough on TV to read the numbers. It's kind of tough. But on this video game, it's very easy. It's sharp. I know a lot of people don't like the nameplates that Philly has as well, but that shock of orange stands out very nicely. I just think it's a very sharp looking kit. And for a team that doesn't change their uniform all that often, it's a very nice alternate jersey that they got here for the Flyers. I also was thinking about this before the game started, and you guys can let me know in the comments because you guys are smarter than me when it comes to hockey knowledge. Is Philadelphia the only team, or one of the only teams in the National Hockey League, that has never changed their logo? And I don't mean coming up with a third logo or change. I mean like rebranding in the history of their franchise, it has always been the same Flyers logo. I think the only time I can think of anything different was their stadium jersey where they colored it all orange and it was just one solid color, but the logo itself was still the same. If I'm correct on that, that's a pretty impressive feat considering some of the historic teams around the league. Maybe the Blackhawks, although I feel like they changed it up a little bit. Pretty cool. Pretty historic. I don't remember a time where they ever used like lettering to say like Philadelphia or anything like that. I'm pretty sure they've only ever used this logo. So let me know in the comments. We'll focus back on the game now. It's a really fun start to this one. 2-0 lead, both goals to the man in front of us on the right, Michkov, thanks to a couple beautiful plays by his teammates. Morgan Frost in the corner under some pressure, kicks it forward. Michkov finds that puck, but he's hounded off, and Buchnevich will get a low shot onto the net. We'll steer it clearly now. Michkov, a cross-seam pass to, or sorry, that was Konechny trying to find Michkov, who had that tied up in his feet, and he just steps offside. So we'll see if the youngster can not only continue this beautiful little trend of hockey he's been on, but find his first hat trick, at least of the season. I'm not quite sure if he was able to find it in this video game last year. But talk about getting into goal-scoring positions, gets the rebound, and what an effort by the defenseman to shove him to the ice before he gets to that puck. And that's the dirty parts of the ice that we've said he needs to get to. And he's finding it in this game, and it's been remarkable to watch. He gets a quick shot, nearly gets there, and it's a big hit by, I believe that's Torrey Krug, sending Michkov sprawling across the ice before he can reach his own rebound. 3:22 left in this first period. All Philadelphia's up into this point. Couple looks by the Blues, but not a lot going for them. Martinez now will work it forward for Andre, his defensive partner. Andre now in, loses the puck, but Bobby Brink works it forward. Brink loses the puck. Buchnevich now will send the Blues back the other way. Rob Thomas over to Brandon Saad, a sharp angle shot. We hold on to that one. Now Broberg with a shot, looking for the tip in front. And now up to 12 shots against. Not the best scoring opportunities by the Blues, but at least they're getting the puck steered towards the front of the net. Broberg, challenge there. He's a big body, but Andre picks it off. Sean Couturier nearly has that top corner picked off, but Binnington just getting enough of his blocker to send that one up into the boards. Buchnevich, late goings to this first period, a block shot in front. Puck is steered by Sanheim, who once again is having a pretty solid game in his own zone. Andre works it forward to an exhausted Brink. 40 seconds left in this first period. A drop pass for Sanheim. Sanheim pinned along the boards. He kicks it free to Couturier. Couturier back in front to Drysdale. Tip and a good set play. These plays are very creative. You love to see Sanheim and Drysdale trying to spot their centerman for a nice juicy tip. Joseph at the end of the period with a shot off the blocker. And we will head to the first intermission. 2-0. Michkov getting both of those goals, but it's an unbelievable play by Konechny behind the net. And that is going to be your first period. We'll have a look at the summary here, mostly in the favor of the Philadelphia Flyers. Well, that's the start you're looking for from a young team trying to find their footing in the NHL. You can't complain about a lot from that period. Good defensive plays, great plays offensively, especially from this top unit. And we'll head to the second period, seeing if they can continue their hot streak here, as Parayko will pick off that opening pass and Brandon Saad will work it in, but Morgan Frost momentarily, a weird shot off the elbow, lands right in front of us. Thankfully, our player's there. Michkov with a burst of speed. Michkov across, this time to Konechny, and it's a nice little no-look pass. Konechny winds up, he gets a good piece of it, and another big save by Jordan Binnington. Brandon Saad on the wall there. Tries to find an outlet pass. Buchnevich does get a shot on the net. Rob Thomas, puck squirts, lands off our pad, and we'll just cover up, making sure that there's not some awful rebound. I'll tell you what, we've talked about our pad set. Brian's pads, I think I said Bauer in one of the videos, you guys pointed that out. It is Brian's pads. Those looking sharp. The all black kit, including the black uniform. Looks very nice under the lights here in St. Louis. Tippett working hard, gets himself free, steal across, and Drysdale has had an offensive bug here lately, and I love to see it. That's what they wanted him for, and that's what they're getting. Krug under pressure. Farabee tried to send it backwards. Now Steele picking up the puck. Sanheim over to Drysdale, and a big save once again. Now Tippett. Philadelphia looking absolutely lethal in this one. A big windup by Owen Tippett. We know he can shoot the puck. Has already scored a couple times this season with a blast. Now up ahead to Buchnevich. Buchnevich exhausted. It'll be Thomas trying to work in. Another great shift by our second unit this time. And Farabee will take off. Farabee tries to get past Lindgren. Shows him the shoulder, and he'll send it back behind his net in front to Texier. Justin Falk, two-man on him. But able to get the puck forward. Now Braden Shen, captain, trying to get his team into it. Will make a big read and a nice pass and a bigger save. 16 shots against so far in this game. It's been a really fun start to this second season. You guys seem to be loving it. The videos are actually doing better than the Vegas videos did by the end of the first season. So thank you guys so much for being just as excited as I am about this new adventure with the Flyers. You know, there's always a lot of excitement when a new game comes out. NHL 25, you don't really know how the game's going to do. But it's always fun to start a new Be a Pro, even if the game mode hasn't been touched in a few years. Get drafted by a new team. Playing with Vegas was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. But when you join an established team and they already have a #1 goaltender, it's hard to assert yourself as a #1 goaltender, steal that position away, and then not start only a handful of starts. So joining this team is a golden opportunity to join a Flyers team that desperately needs goaltending. It's been a challenge. It's been tough. I actually had a quick peek at the stats before this game, and we are currently going into this game. So through 3 starts, we are 3rd in the league for most shots against at 135 shots before this game. It just shows you how incredibly busy we've been, but what fun challenge it's actually been. And so far in this game, the Flyers are looking like they're turning a new leaf. They're getting their offense going. Defenses look pretty sharp, and a close call there is Joseph wrists one off the bottom side of our glove. And a couple of close calls now as we're kind of hemmed in here momentarily. We'll see if these boys can clear the puck. Frost doing a good job skating it out into safe space. Konechny over to Michkov. Michkov winds up. Lets that one fly, blocked in front. Martinez now back for Frost, who just tries to hold that one in. It does squeak free, and Andre will fire it back down. We'll see if a line change comes out. Now, do you guys remember, this is a throwback. You guys might not remember these games, but in old NHL games, way back in the day, they used to have a modifier that was hot and cold. Do you guys remember what I'm talking about? What I mean by that, and I believe it was only in franchise mode, but basically they had it where if a player was on a really cold streak, they would have like a little icicle beside their name, and it would reduce some of their stats because they were playing very poorly. On the flip side, if somebody was on a really good streak or playing extremely good hockey, they would have a flame emoji beside their name, and they would get bonuses to things like speed and shot and so on and so forth. You can argue it was a little arcadey. I loved it. It was a great visual to see who was doing well in the league and who was struggling. I wish they would bring that back, and I wish they would implement it in other game modes, because I just thought it was really cool. And the reason I'm bringing that up is I think they secretly have something like that in the game's coding, like baked into their logic, because you'll see players go on hot streaks and cold streaks all the time with no real explanation as to why. An example of that is Michkov. Michkov started the season looking horrible. Like, he really looked lost out there. And then all of a sudden he scores a goal, and now he's the hottest player for this team. Like, he's been on fire. It'd be cool if you could see a visual representation of that, because even for the AI, you know, we're playing as a goalie. The AI controls everything to do with the offense out there. Morale and chemistry and momentum is a real thing that triggers the logic of the computers. It would be cool as a user to see that actually represented by a visual. So that's a throwback. I don't know if you guys remember that. Let me know in the comments if you do. I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun to see that. But it would just be cool to see players that are on a good streak versus a bad streak. Big shot and a big save there by Jordan Binnington, and we've all of a sudden gotten really busy here in the second period. 24 shots against, 7 minutes left exactly. A big shot by Joel Farabee. He's had a good shot, and a big save there as he reads that one, splits the legs, and a big save once again by Jordan Binnington, who realistically, even with a couple goals against, still a .942 save percentage on the year. Goals are just not going in so far for the St. Louis Blues. Again, still very early. We're only 3, 4, 5 games in, depending on how many games the players have played. This is our 5th game as a team, 4th game as a starting goaltender. Texier back to Pareko. Krug will wind up. That one gets deflected wide. Now back in front for Kyrou. And on the side of the net, we nearly overskate that one. And Drysdale there to help us out. Now Owen Tippett will take off towards the neutral zone. A backhanded pass up to Joel Farabee. Farabee back in front for steal. And another tough save fought off by Whittington. Cut in front. Owen Tippett looking for that 5-hole goal. Another couple good looks here from both teams. It's been an exciting game. The last few games have been really exciting. Zamula now back to Cam York, who finds Konechny. Line shift, line change coming out. Konechny tries to bank it off the wall. He misreads that one, but Zamula back to help him out. Cross seam pass over to Morgan Frost. You can see Michkov at the top joining the play. Michkov, hat-trick watch. Konechny gets at Michkov. It's blocked in front. Sundqvist now through the neutral zone. He's pushed off the puck, and that's what I'm talking about. We saw that last game. Some beautiful plays in the neutral zone to make sure that there's no play coming the other way in terms of offense for the other team, and you love to see it. Now back in front, Zamula with a tip in front. It's Michkov tips the shot from Zamula, and he has a hat trick. You can see a couple lone hats onto the ice here in St. Louis as the youngster has a career hat trick. A beautiful tip, and when you're on, you're on. As a beautiful shot down low, it's a beautiful tip through traffic, and Binnington is left to fight this one off. This time the kid has come alive. 5 goals, nearly taking the league lead, tying with Brady Tkachuk. And he has 5 goals in 3 games. The hat trick here in St. Louis. And my, oh my, we were promised excellence when we signed that offseason contract. And Matvei Michkov has awoken here. 5 games into the season, has a hat trick. And maybe not even done, as there's still lots of time left in this game. Couturier winding up there. Now Torpachenko will pick that one off, sending it the other way for Lindgren. Lindgren to Jake Neighbors, the talented young forward for the St. Louis Blues. Trying to get involved offensively. He's pinning Brink along the boards. Unbelievable stuff. I literally cannot believe how good Michkov has looked since scoring that first goal in our last video. It's crazy. Sanheim keeping the play alive. Tatar tries to backhand it forward. Couturier now has a look at the net, but a good poke check from both Falk and the goaltender. Now Sad up ahead of Buchnevich. He loses the puck. Thomas, though, able to keep it in. Another block shot in front, and the boys are looking solid in front of us. It is a 3-0 hockey game with 26 seconds left in the second period. Now Michkov joining defensively. And a play, and what a tip! No, where's this puck? What did my guy just do? A desperation save right at the end of the period. Probably a little unnecessary. I don't know why my guy flopped to the ice like that, but he does get his blocker up onto that puck. Oh my lord. What am I witnessing here in St. Louis? An absolute crazy game. We'll have a peek here. So it's Joseph getting the pass down low, trying to find Rob Thomas, who just, oh, it's a tip in front. All right, well, there's your save, and there's your effort for the video screenshot. What a play, what an angle, working in an overdrive. Unnecessary, I think, a little bit, but with a deflection in front, you do what you can to make sure the puck stays out of the net. We got a 3-0 hockey game here going into the third period. The Flyers all over the St. Louis Blues. A couple of tough moments, but for the most part, it's been a pretty enjoyable hockey game with a lot of great defensive plays. And the kid, Matvei Michkov, has a hat trick here and looking for more. Unbelievable. I hope you guys are enjoying this one. I mean, it's just a glimpse of what these guys can do for us. It's a young team with a ton of offensive talent. Frost now for a face-off. He loses it, but it hits his man to the ice. Now Buchnevich receives the pass. Corey Krug gets a shot. Woo! I mean, the patience that Rob Thomas has there to just flick it up over our block or our pad. He rings it off the post. I thought that was for sure in. He flicked that beautifully, and thank you will give a tap to the post. And thankfully that stays into the back of the net. Now Morgan Frost trying to get involved offensively. Another hard save fought off by Jordan Binnington as our heart rate comes down a little bit. It was a close call for Rob Thomas in front of the Philadelphia net. Big save by the post on that one, and Michkov rings it off the outside of the post. He has had a lethal shot here. He is offensively aware of where he needs to place that puck. And he's looked very, very dangerous here for the Flyers. Owen Tippett now on the ice, gets it ahead to Morgan Frost. Frost staying out late to try and get this second unit set up in the St. Louis zone. But Jordan Kyrou will pick off that pass. Now ahead to Alex Texier. Texier winds up and will easily deflect that one up and over the glass for a whistle. 27 shots against now. We might be one of the busiest goaltenders in the league. However, a lot of these shots in the last two games have really come from the outside. Not a lot of really good scoring chances from the opposing teams, thanks to some big efforts by our blue line. Lindgren now working it all the way across to Texier. Texier cuts the middle, and we stop Kyrou, and another rebound as it's squirting through the 5-hole, and we just got our glove on it. We read that play by Kyrou perfectly, and then cut across for another big save. Lindgren receiving a big hit. You can see Owen Tippett staring him down. He knows how to use that big frame of him. A big offensive body that just works its way deep into some dangerous locations, and the shot is just lethal on that player. Face-off win. Justin Falk and Alex Texier will break the shutout bid with a beautiful set play off the face-off. Not quick enough to react to that second pass. It's Justin Falk. You can just see him drift back, and we're just not quick enough. A little late to react. I will take the blame for that goal. I should have moved over a lot quicker. Oh, just about got the glove there. But Alexander Texier off a face-off play will get a St. Louis Blues goal here on the 30th shot of the game, and at least give their team a little bit of life, maybe late, as he looks to shoot it again. Those ones are tough because you don't want to overmove. When the wind goes back to the defenseman, you don't want to over calculate the pass, because if you do, there's a chance that the defenseman will just shoot it in past you. We held our ground a little too late. I saw the play developing. You could see Texier skate backwards away from the winger for the Philadelphia Flyers. I gave him a little bit too much respect, and unfortunately, Justin Falk makes a great pass. It's a shutout over. It's not the end of the world. I think we did have a challenge by actually Michkov. That's funny. Michkov challenged us at the end of last video saying we need to step up with a shutout. He comes in with a hat trick, and here we are letting him down in the third period. So not the end of the world. Like I said, shutouts aren't something that I'm overly worried about attaining. You would love to get more throughout your career. We had 2 last season. We have a challenge to get 5 this year. But at the end of the day, as long as we can hold our boys into it, as Frost now with a short side shot. A great pass once again by Travis Konechny, who has had a pretty big impact, taking people off the puck, using his body, and setting up somebody on the opposite end for the Philadelphia Flyers. Another big crunch. Face off now for Morgan Frost. He has lost the majority of them to Rob Thomas, who is a very good up-and-coming face-off man. I know that because I have him in my fantasy league, and he's an absolute unit, becoming one of the league best in face-off wins over the last couple years. Travis Konechny now, he's pushed off the puck, but a great play by Morgan Frost and a read to send it forward. Michkov losing that one, but he hustles back. Now sends it forward for Zamula. Zamula ahead to Morgan Frost. Philadelphia trying to get back into the St. Louis Blues zone. It's been a couple minutes since they've really had any sustained pressure onto the net of Jordan Binnington. Michkov picking off that pass. Now across to Brandon Saad. Saad, he's sent to the ice surface, and Michkov spins away. He'll take off, trying to beat Torrey Krug. A great poke check from a veteran defenseman. Kyrou up to Buchnevich. They'll fire it down into Philadelphia territory in a battle behind the net. It's won by St. Louis, and Krug trying to fight off 2 Philadelphia Flyers. And Cam York will work it ahead. He has Owen Tippett cutting to the middle. Owen Tippett with a shot. It's sort of deflected in front, and another good save by Binnington, reading that deflection. Steal in front to Farabee. Farabee tries to rifle it, and some good plays by the defenseman here for the Blues, keeping the puck away from the front of the net. Shen now works his way in. Another hard shot down low. They're looking for that rebound. We've done a good job steering that into the corner, making sure there's no rebound. Right there, Drysdale gets to the puck first. That's where you need a little bit of a helping hand for some young defensemen who just track the puck down. A big hit, but it's Sam Steele going the other way. Now Tippett. Owen Tippett looking for a hard shot and a rebound into the corner. Farabee works his way out front. Drysdale, and a tip out front this time by Joel Farabee, who has 3 goals on the season. and a 3-goal lead is restored. A beautiful shot from the point once again by Drysdale, who has looked excellent for the Philadelphia Flyers, and a beautiful read. The tip play is so strong as you see Farabee taunt the crowd here in St. Louis. A hush falls upon them once more. I mean, Binnington has been excellent so far. These are a lot of plays that are not really his fault. The defenseman losing the battle. What a play once again. Farabee has stepped up his offensive game here in the last few games we've played. Drysdale and Tippett getting the assists. I gotta say, last game I was impressed very much so by Sanheim. And Drysdale getting our attention here in this one. A couple of good looks. I think a couple assists now as well. And he's been really good picking up the play in front of the net. Transitional passes out of his own zone. That's what you need from two young guys who are trying to solidify themselves as a top pairing in the NHL. Sanheim now working it forward to Thomas Tatar. Third line on the ice here. Brink. Bobby Brink brings it in. A big shot. You're not going to beat Binnington from that angle. Yes, you've beaten him on a couple of goals that I'm sure he's not happy about. When a goalie's on his A game, it's really hard. As now Drysdale wins that battle as well. Rebound ricocheting off his feet. We had to move across to make that save. 33 shots for St. Louis in this one. Justin Falk spins away from the forecheck and gets it ahead. Now Buchnevich, he wins that battle. We'll steer that one to the side of the net. Make sure that there's no gap for it to sneak in. Frost ahead for Konechny. Konechny back in across to Frost. Frost crisscrossing. Tries to get a shot on net. Brink steals that puck. Morgan Frost in front. And a good shot once again there. This time by the third line defenseman. A big shot. 96.7 from, I believe that was Andre. I don't think I've ever seen him shoot the puck like that. And Binnington had to fight off some trouble there. Puck squirting free, but he finds it in his crease to allow St. Louis to get a line change, and this time setting up with 5:11 left in the third period. What a period. What a game. These boys continue to impress me as we're looking to achieve our second win of the season. 2 straight games in net. Buchnevich in front to Thomas. That puck gets blocked. And off the side of the net, we actually came a little bit too quick off that post. He actually had a wide open net. Thankfully, the post once again saves the day. 34 shots now. Andre back in front to Konechny, who is looking to try and bury a goal. He hasn't scored too much this season. He's had quite a few assists and some beautiful plays. We saw it earlier with Michkov. Maybe a little, I mean, he's got 4 points, so he's at least getting on the assist column. Sure, he would love to join the goal scoring category as well a few times. When you got a guy like Michkov who shoots the puck the way he does and the creativity that he has right now, I'm sure he's okay with picking up a handful of assists. Morgan Frost now through the neutral zone, trading places with Konechny, who winds up, and that's a hard shot with the rebound. But read perfectly by the defenseman. Now Parayko will send it forward to Shen. Captain Braden Shen across now for Kyrou, joining the rush. Jordan Kyrou, and another poke check. Not a lot of shots able to find the front of the net, even with 34 shots against. The defensemen are doing a beautiful job just making sure that the shooter is off balance before it releases. And another great stick. This is a third pairing effort, and they are looking excellent. Now Konechny in. Konechny challenging Binnington. No rebound, and Michkov is shoved to the side by Justin Falk. Sub 2 minutes here in this game. It's a pretty fast-paced game. We're only 33 minutes into this video, and the boys have a 4-1 lead. I love games where it's just nonstop action. Back and forth, chance after chance, not a lot of whistles. It makes for a really entertaining game. We got one here as the crowd here in St. Louis maybe starting to clear out. Very quiet. You can hear a spry chant in the background, but not a lot of people joining it as Farabee wins that battle. Drysdale down low to steal. I was kind of hoping he'd wind up for the shot, but it's a safe play just getting it down low. Full pressure. Big hit by Owen Tippett. And Falk will finally work this one free. 1 minute left here in the third period. Philadelphia looking to extend their record to a 2-1-2. Pretty solid. Only one game without getting a point here. That's what you need. Like I said, early hockey, you want to make sure you start your season on the right foot. Avoid catastrophic failure so you're left clawing your way out of a grave early. I gotta say, even though it hasn't always been wins, they've looked good as the game's not done yet. Steele tries to bank it in. He gets an easy goal, a rebound, a couple of tough looks, and Farabee cannot find the back of the net. Big saves by Jordan Binnington at the end of the game. Nearly 40 shots now for the Philadelphia Flyers as Buchnevich tries one more time. Rob Thomas pinned along the boards. Falk there to help him out, but it's Steele now behind his own net. Pass in front. Sanheim returns it for Konechny. Konechny. 10 seconds left in this hockey game. One more chance here. Back for Drysdale. He gets shoved to the ice. And that'll just about do it as the Philadelphia Flyers will pick up their second win of the season. A fantastic team effort all around. But how about the rookie, Matvei Michkov, with a hat trick in this one? And we will pick up our second win in these gorgeous black Philadelphia Flyer uniforms. Well, it was a good effort all around. Unfortunately, that one goal was the difference between a shutout. It was kind of a mistake by my part. That's why I'm not overly too upset about it. 33 saves in this one. We continue our hot start. Remember, the first two games, we allowed quite a few goals, and we still have about a 9-3 save percentage at least on the season. Fist bumps all around. The boys are coming back confident. It's another good road win. And we're looking pretty damn solid here all of a sudden. There it is. 9-2-8 through 4 games. Our goals against average have now dropped below a 3. And we now sport a 2-1-1 record as we will sim to the next game. Conversation with Michkov. He can't be too upset about that. He had a hat trick. Let's see. He's going to be like, oh, you suck. You talked a big game, but you fell short. Not the end of the world, but don't make promises you can't keep. Okay, big man. Okay. It's not the end of the world. Just don't get overconfident. I'm not overconfident. You should have scored 4 goals. What about that, huh? Just kidding. I hate these conversations. They're so stupid. But I do love that at least he backed up his own conversation by getting a hat trick. That's actually remarkable. Kind of surprised we're not getting the next start against the Lightning. We have played 4 games in a very short time. I mean, we had, what, 4 games last week? We have a busy schedule to wrap up the month of October, so it looks like they're going to throw in the backup goaltender here. Hopefully they continue their hot play. We'll simulate this game and see. It is a 2-2 record, so a 10-0 loss. EA, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? I didn't even... Oh, I wish they would let you go into the net, because look at the top. We also let in a boatload of goals. And all of a sudden, our record... Oh, why? That means our backup goalie got absolutely throttled. And then we came in the net and absolutely got throttled as well. I really wish EA would let me play those games we get tossed into the net. Because now we go from a 928 save percentage to a 909. At least we didn't get the loss for it. At least we didn't get the loss for it. But that hurts drastically. We're going to have a peek to see what the heck just happened in that game. 10-0 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh my God. So Martin, Moser, Kucherov, Gensel, Gauthier, like it's all different players. It's literally almost all different players. Gensel got a couple goals. Moser got a couple goals. Okay, so the third period was 2 goals from 3 different players. But oh my gosh, that is a painful game. And EA, I really wish you would find a way. I beg you to find a way to make it so if I'm getting tossed in the net, I can play it out. I shouldn't have to simulate and get absolutely lit up because I got thrown into the game. What's happening here? We're not getting this game either? EA, hello? Oh no. Oh no, our goalie's getting... Why are we not getting into the net? Please, we're the starting goaltender. There we go. Oh my gosh. So not sure what happened there. Maybe because we were in the second half of that 10-0 game, they wanted to give us another day's rest. But something ain't working here for your backup goalie. You should probably keep putting me in the net. I mean, we just won 4-1. We just won 3-2 before that. So maybe a couple mistakes by the Philadelphia Flyers coaching staff. Realistically, we probably should have started one of those games. And now we enter a matchup here. Absolutely beaten and battered by a couple teams. Another 6-1 loss. Where is that game? Who scored? Where's that game? Where's Philly? Why can't I find Philly's game? Am I crazy? 6-1 right there. Wow, that was a few days ago. So we got absolutely bodied again. Spurgeon for you Wild fans. He is now on Edmonton. So there you go. Jared Spurgeon. Spurgeon? Spurgeon? I don't know how he actually pronounces it. Either way, He's no longer captain of the Minnesota Wild. He plays for the Edmonton Oilers. Drysdale picking up the lone goal in this one. And in 2 games, only scoring 1 goal and allowing 16 goals. We're finally back in the crease here to battle it out against the New Jersey Devils after the simulated game punishes our stat line. And you hate to see it. But ladies and gentlemen, another fun matchup we just had to get another win, 2nd of the season, as now we're trying to bail out the Philadelphia Flyers after 2 brutal games. We'll see how that one will unfold in the next one. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Our story with the Philadelphia Flyers is just getting started, but now an opportunity to stop the bleeding. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you take care of yourself. We'll catch you back here in the next one, guys. Bye.